What's quack-a-lacking, guys? I'm a Duck Quack here, and welcome to a video on Black Friday for FIFA, which is extremely late. I mean, Black Friday's tomorrow, and we're only just getting a video up now, so I do apologize for that. But it's never too late to find some kind of investments or some kind of way to play the market. And we're just going to talk about everything Black Friday in this video, along with what we potentially could be seeing coming up down the line at some point. So, to start with, what is Black Friday? A massive event worldwide where companies give huge offers on all kinds of products, services, online, offline, everywhere, basically, and people lose their minds. Now, obviously, EA follow on to this. They do the same kind of thing. They release a ton of packs. They don't give us any offers on the price, but what they do is release big packs. So 50k packs, 100k packs, 55k packs, 125k packs. You'll see it all. It's going to be mad. And the way they normally do this is sometimes they release a few onto each account that you can just open if you wish with your points. And at other times they release lightning rounds. And lightning rounds are when there is a set amount of packs available. So for example, they could randomly say 6 o'clock, okay, here's 100,000, 100k packs. Once they're gone, they are gone and nobody gets any more. And that's kind of the premise they use. And they repeat this over the whole weekend up until and including Cyber Monday. So we're going to see a lot of players enter the market from these packs. And when a lot of cards enter the market, obviously the supply starts to outweigh the demand and hence the prices fall. And this is where the common Black Friday crash that everybody talks about is derived from. And this is where it started. Now, as the years have gone by, people have started expecting the crash. People have started telling other people they expect the crash. And now we have big YouTubers and streamers and people mentioning the crash. This causes people to not sell their cards, to sell their cards early, hold on to a load of coins, and then when the crash is supposedly going to happen, all of these people have a ton of coins, they all enter the market at the same time, trying to buy the same players, and that's what causes the price to recover, and that's what we've seen once again this year. So that is the fundamentals around how it all works, that's what's happened, and now let's just kind of move on to what we expect to happen to actual card prices. So we're going to start off with, let's start with like the mid-tier cards. So cards like Martial, like Mbappe, those kind of cards. I've got a feeling Martial's somewhere between like 40 and 50k at the moment, I guess. He's even lower than I thought. He's about 35k. So let's start by talking about his price. Why is Martial so expensive at the moment? Why is he like 30k? Why is Mbappe like 100k? Why is Gabriel Jesus like 50k as well? It's because they're extremely overpowered and loved cards for that price bracket before you get to the very top tier players. Now, the reason that players like this aren't a good investment, and it was best to have sold them a while ago, is it doesn't matter just how you prepare for this. The common law states that when all these packs are opened, Martial is an 82, Mbappe is an 83, Jesus is an 82, I think, 81 maybe. And they're just going to be packed so much because of this that it will drive their price down. The amount that are packed, they're not going to be put into SBCs, so they're not going to disappear from the market. The demand isn't suddenly going to shoot up for these lower tier cards. As people start getting more coins, they're going to want to up their game and start getting the higher, more valuable cards. So all that can happen is, as the supply outweighs the demand, they start to bring the price down. People start undercutting on the market, as you have to if you want to sell your card, and then his price starts to fall. And that should, in theory, happen with Martial's, with the Jesus, with the Mbappes, with all of the big names that are low rated. So the mid-tier, but usable cards. If we just quickly look at like the mid-tier unusable cards, if you like. I mean, unusable is probably the wrong word, but in low demand. So let's look at our 84 rated cards, the likes of Timo Horn. Now he's an 84 rated card, so he's a fairly high rated card, but there's just no demand for him. As you can see, he's 3,200 at the lowest at the moment, and that is predominantly because people are investing in these 84 rated cards, which we will come to later in the video. But when a ton of this guy enter the market, the only way that his price is not going to go to discard is if there is a use for him in a squad builder challenge. Nobody wants Timo Horn for their team. That's a bit mean. Some people want Horn, but the majority of people don't want to use this kind of player. They want to use players they know the name of constantly, the big tier names, the ones that are like even Butland, a Premier League meme legend basically, that people know of. They'd rather use him, and I bet he's more expensive than Horn based on demand. And that's why we need to see SBCs from EA. Otherwise, these board players that everyone's packing, they're going to be quite excited. An 84 board pops out in the pack, and then 700 coins. It discards. You get more discarding it than you get for selling it because of EA tax or something stupid like that. That is why it's in EA's best interest to save the value of these mid-tier unusable cards to the best of their ability, and that's something we'll cross slightly later in the video. So the next part we want to get onto are the high value cards. So the high rated premium cards, the ones that people want to use in their team. So we'll start off with someone like, let's look at Dybala. I'm guessing Dybala is around 300k, maybe about 250. God, these prices. It's so hard to keep tracks of how much they all are. 240? He's kind of, yeah, kind of around 240. Like, you get him for 230 is the best deal that I've seen here. Now, players like him, they're going to be packed quite a bit. So as all these packs get opened, people are going to be getting quite a few Dybalas because it's not a special inform card or anything, so he is going to be readily available. And it's going to add a lot more to the market, and hence supply is going to massively increase. Now, the difference between the likes of Dybala here and Martial is the rate in which they increase. Dybala's not going to be packed nearly as much. Dybala is also a top-end premium card. So there's a lot of players on this game who are currently saving up their coins and farming and just waiting until they can afford their dream team. And a lot of these dream teams will include players like Dybala. So while the demand is kind of here at the moment, at times it will start rising up to about here. It can fall. It can be all over the place as and when people can change their team or afford these more premium-based cards. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to see a massive price increase, but if everybody who has sold up and is waiting for this Black Friday crash come to buy players like Dybala at the same time, then it only makes sense in logic, in theory, that these prices will rise because the demand is suddenly out of nowhere outweighing the supply, even with the extra cards that are getting packed. And hence we just see his price start to increase. That is the way Black Friday usually works around the higher tier players. The inform cards is something that we'll briefly touch on here. You've got to remember these cards are done. They've been packed. They can't be packed anymore unless they're in the current team of the week, obviously. So their prices, they can rise to infinity levels. There's no cap on where they can go to. If the demand rises, the supply stays consistent forever now. If anything, it can drop as people have them on their accounts and become inactive or decide to discard them or use them in SBC, whereas demand can only increase from that point. That's why older informs can be a great investment if they've dropped enough around this kind of time. Then we look on the flip side of things. So we look at players perhaps like Mesut Ozil, an 88 rated card, who's currently going for, I think it's about 40k. He was when I bought him yesterday anyway. Yeah, you can pick Ozil up for about 40k. Now again, the reason that this guy is 40k and not 20, 25k isn't because people want to use him in their team. His stats aren't perfect for FIFA. It's because he has a use in squad builder challenges. It's because these icon SBCs that have been released need high rated cards. We're expecting more of them. We're actually expecting them today. We're expecting the likes of, well, if rumours are true, and from what we've seen on the market, I think there was Ferdinand, Hagi, Roberto Carlos, and then even talk of Thierry Henry, which would be insane. And that's where all my coins have gone in investments for him because I really want that card. But that's what we're getting to. EA need to keep the value of these cards up. If you're opening these 100k packs and you're packing an 88 rated card that goes for 20k, you're going to be miserable. Whereas if your Ozil goes for 50, 60k, it's not brilliant, but you're still like, wow. Okay, so that's some good coins back at least from that pack. And that's why it's in their best interest to keep recycling these cards that we're packing and getting them off the market. Which means we're basically expecting squad builder challenges. That is the whole point of this video in essence. I am expecting a Team of the Week SBC to drop any time now because we need it to keep these 83, 84 rated cards up. And I'm also obviously expecting these icon SBCs to drop any time now. Well, not any time now, today, specifically on a Thursday. So let's start with the 84 rated cards and the Team of the Week SBC. So if I remember last year, EA did SBC and you needed 83 rated players for an untradeable version and 84 rated players for a tradable version. And I think there were informs thrown in there as well. So investment number one is we can pick up 84 rated players. You've just seen, I showed you guys Horn just now. He was going for about 3,000 to 3,500 coins. That isn't their resting price. These cards are already inflated. And if we don't see an SBC drop sooner rather than later, these prices will start to drop because they have to. They have no use at the moment. So as Black Friday starts and all these packs get opened and Weekend League rewards tonight come, there's going to be so many entering the market, more than people can invest in them, and prices should drop. That is when we should be buying. We should be buying these 84 rated cards during Weekend League rewards if we can snipe them or pick them up cheap, and during mass packs tomorrow if we still haven't seen anything. If you want a bit of an easier route though, we've still got 83 rated cards, and there are 83 rated cards that you can currently pick up for discard. Schneider is definitely not one of them. Is Barkey an 83 rated? It's 84. Oh well, we'll just check it. We'll check his price while we're here. He's about 3,000 as well. 83 rated cards you want to be paying discard. 100 coins over discard is fine, but basically discard. The demand for an 83 rated squad, if that is the requirements, will shoot through the roof. Those cards will hit about 2 to 3k, and it is a risk-free investment. For you guys looking for cheaper, lower-end risk-free investments, 83 rated players are going to be where it's at. 84 rated players are going to be fantastic if we pick them up at the right time, as well as anything higher. So remember, just because there's an 84 rated squad, we don't have to just use 84 rated players. We could use someone like Ozil, who's 88, and then drop the rating of some of the other cards. But the thing that's great with the likes of Ozil is he works as a double-ended investment. Not only for these Team of the Week SBCs, but if we do see these Icon SBCs drop that don't fall into squad battles, why did I even go on that? If we do see these Icon SBCs drop, then he's going to have use. The likes of Hernandez here needs an 86 rated squad. If we're seeing the likes of Roberto Carlos, if we're seeing Thierry Henry, we're going to need higher than an 86 rated squad. I think Petit even needs an 87 rated squad. Yep. And I'm guessing that Del Piero doesn't go as high as 88. No, 87 is the top one. But 88 is a definite possibility for someone like Thierry Henry. And investments like Ozil, if we're buying at the right price, remember that, then they're just fantastic. Now, I'm hoping to get this video up as soon as possible, so if you're watching this and the Icon SBCs are released, you're more than likely way too late for investments. So ignore that part of it and focus on the Team of the Week SBC that I'm expecting to happen. Discard 83 rated players and 84 rated players if they fall to a decent price, and all of that kind of stuff. We've also got the option of, the final thing before we end the video, is discard informs. Now, 84 informs are completely gone, 83 informs are completely gone, but look at lower rated informs. I'm not talking anything below 80, but anything 81 or 82 rated that you can get for around discard is probably a very, very safe investment. If these Team of the Week SBCs drop that need informs, they are a strong enough rating that people can boost them with other cards, and they will see a decent enough price increase. Be patient, be sniping, be mass bidding. Think about the nationality and the league they play in to think of how easy people can link them up as well. But if you are considering all of that and you are smart, then there is money to be made still this close to Black Friday. Anyway, guys, going to wrap up the video there. So if you are enjoying the content, and I apologize, there really hasn't been much recently, then if you could drop a like, that would be incredible. If you could subscribe if you're new, I'll leave my Twitter in the description. And don't forget to join our Discord, which is huge right now. And I will leave a link to that pinned on my Twitter. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.